Chapter 29 Lot in the trap, found but not saved. Tom and Bacon had stand through the bacon cart with the other students. Then they had had enough of the games with the others. Their heads were further talking and reading the writing on the walls. People had put their names there. Tom and Bacon also put their names on the wall. They came to a place where a small stream of water fell over the rocks. Tom went behind the waterfall to let his light shine through for Bacon's picture. Behind this waterfall Tom found an opening leading down, and he went to discover where this branch of the car went. He made a mark of the wall to guide their return, and started down with Bacon following. They continued further and further, making marks where they turned into a new bunch, and discovering many wonderful new parts of the craft. One great room was full of hundreds of beds, which were hanging as leaves on the walls. When the children entered, the birds came flying at the rise, and the children ran. They came to a dark lake, and sat down at the edge. Now, for the first time, they felt the deep quiet of the place. Bacon said, "It is a very long time since I heard the others. Bacon, we are far below them, and far north or south or east or west. We can hear them here." Bacon was afraid we should return. "Can you fly the way, Tom?" "I think that I can. But there are those beds. A different way would be better. We must not get lost, it would be fearful." They started. But every turn now seemed strange. Bacon's tears began to fall. They stopped. They shouted. The answer was a deep quiet. It increased Bacon's fear, and Tom began now to feel afraid. Bacon said, "We must return to the lake and then go through the room full of beds. It would be better than being lost." But Tom says, "Bacon, I have been a fool." He has not remembered to make any marks. He has not accepted to return to the lake. Tom, we are lost. We are lost. We never can get out of this fearful place. Oh, why did we leave the others?" She dropped to the ground and wept so loudly that Tom feared that she might die. He sat down beside her and put his arms around her. He said that he was sorry, that he should never have brought her so far into the craft. Then she said that she also has been wrong. They had both been wrong to come so far. They started to work again. Each had a light. Now they decided to use only one light and to save the other. They worked until they could go no far in the sand. They worked until without resting. They talked of home and their friends and their beds, and they talked of sunlight. Bacon's tears started again, and then she was asleep. Tom watched her. Slowly her face grew painful, and then he felt some peace. She opened her eyes, laughing, but suddenly the laugh ended. "Oh, I wish that I had never opened the eyes again." "Oh, Tom, do not look at me like that. I shall not say that again." "We are going to find a way," Tom said. "We are going to try." Their lords are started to work, hands in hand and without hope. Tom said that they must go quietly and listen for falling water. They found it, and sat down to rest again. Becky said, "Tom, I am very hungry." Tom had saved a piece of the picnic cake. He took it from his pocket and divided it. They had cold water to drink. After eating and drinking, Becky was ready to move again. But Tom says, "Becky, I must tell you, our light is almost finished. We must stay here, where there is water." Again Becky wept. Then a new thought came to her. "Tom, they will hunt for us. Fred, they are hunting for us. When would they discover that we were not with the others on the boat? It will be dark on the boat, but your mother will know that you have not come home." Now Tom learned that Mrs. Trencher did not expect Becky to return home that night. Then their last light failed, and darkness was complete. Becky wept a long time in Tom's arms. Neither knew how long she wept. Then both opened their eyes in the darkness and knew that they had been sleeping. Again they did not know how much time had passed. Tom said that it might be Sunday, it might be a day later. But Becky would not talk. Her hope were gone. The hours passed. They were hungry again. Tom had seized most of his share of the cake. He devoured it. Then they heard a sound like a distant church. Tom answered. It came again. They started moving carefully towards it. But they arrived at an edge of rock, where the floor fell away. They could go no farther. They listened. The distant sound was now more distant, and then they did not hear it again. They returned to the place where they had water to drink. Time passed. And after sleeping again, when they opened their eyes, they thought that another day must have passed. They were really hungry. Now Tom has a new idea. The calf has many small bunches near them. Tom decided to learn about them. That would be better than sitting and doing nothing. He had some string in his pocket. He tied an end of this to a rock. Then he and Megan started to walk carefully away. They let the string fall behind them. It would be a guide for their return. After 20 steps, they came to a hole in the rock fall. Tom went down on his knee and fell below. Then he put his hands in his hand as far as possible along the corner to look. At that moment a human hand, holding a light, appeared from a log not far away. Tom shouted. At once the body followed the hand. It was Indian John. Tom could not move because of fear. He was deeply thankful Indian John ran away. He did not tell Becky what he had seen or why he had shouted. They returned to the waterfall, but after another long rest and another sleep, Tom decided to try moving again. They were very hungry now. He thought that perhaps a week had passed. Becky was not strong enough to go with him. She asked him to return often. She also asked him to return when our hope was gone, and he held her hand until she died. Tom promised. He kissed her. Then, with the star in his hand, he started on his hand and knee towards one of the openings in the rock. He was sick with fear and he had no hope.